And Clover calling me talking about, I don't know you was recording, bro. I don't know what you recording, bro. I'm locking.
Is that my sexy boy?
I'm so glad I recorded it because that's the intro now.
Yeah,
That's the intro now. Yeah. Alright, so this payload update in Hunty Zombies finally released. And it seems like we finally got a new game mode. And that's the new game. I just say the payload. And I'm finally actually happy that we ended up finally getting something new. So if I go here to the what's new, the changelog here. So we got the sledgehammer, payload, new zombies, which I wasn't really able to see, but I believe these two new zombies are only for payload. I haven't seen them in normal campaign at all. And then we got a battle pass reset, which I'll basically kind of show you guys in a video or near towards the end of the video. And then we also got skill tree, also show you towards the end of the video. And pretty much just the payload stuff. There's a payload shop I'll show in the video, and how you could earn these things, whatever. Just all in payload, right? And Reaper Scythe got nerfed. I haven't really used Reaper Scythe this video because I don't want to see my dear beloved weapon get nerfed like that. Dear Lord, I've been told by everybody in the stream earlier that I did that it was gutted, and it's probably one of the worst weapons now in the game, which is rather unfortunate. And last but not least, a few bug fixes in general. Like we always get those every update, right? Bug fixes. So yeah. And yeah, man, I won't waste you guys time like I do in every other video. Like I always yap. My yap will be mid game. So hope you guys enjoyed the rest of this video. Join the Discord if you haven't. See you in a new one. All right, I just ended the stream, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This update is actually pretty solid if you ask me. So we're gonna do payload, and payload was actually pretty decent. I'm not gonna lie. Payload opened my eyes. This new game mode is actually really good. There's some you'll see what I'm gonna be talking about in a few minutes, but there are some here and there changes I would do to the game for payload here. So you see these buffs on the ground. So like these buffs on the ground, so like the heal buff will heal the bus, and I don't know if it heals you actually, but it'll be pretty interesting. Like the speed, so the things you're seeing on the ground will help speed up, it will help the bus out, right? Which is pretty good. You want to constantly pick those up if you can. Now I don't know if depending on how many people exist in the payload game mode, the harder it is, so don't quote me on that. But it can get pretty difficult. Like it could get real close to where the fact that the bus will more than likely get destroyed if you're not careful. So you have to bring out your A game and the best weapons here. And also doing payload is the best way to get skill points. I think this is the only way to get skill points. And you will find skill points like your skill tree in the profile section, right? And you can unlock various things there. I haven't unlocked anything yet, but there's a lot of things there, so I'm not gonna talk about that in this video. Other than that, like I said, this other is pretty solid. Just some here and there changes that I would kind of like to do if I can. But yeah, man. Is it enough to bring back old players, like OG players like me? Almost. But I do think, even though I say almost, it probably is for other players. I don't speak for all old players, but it's almost enough for me to want to get back into it. Even though it's pretty solid or nothing crazy, it's almost. Now this is one of the things I was talking about. So you see how oh my goodness, bro. Bro, yo man, dude, I kind of wish it didn't constantly spam the clown boss encounter, sewer boss encounter in the middle of the screen. By the way, I just instantly clicked that. That's also another thing I would change. When the bus reach a checkpoint, make it count down. So if notify the player that hey, your chorus or what you want to choose is about to appear on screen, because it happens way too quick, right? And I feel like that's pretty unfair because you might end up picking something that you didn't really want to pick, and you didn't know the checkpoint was going to happen because you was attacking zombies at the in the moment, in the heat of the moment. So that needs to be kind of solved and fixed there, if you ask me. So do we need to collect? Okay, there we go. Yeah, see, bro, it's so annoying. Schoolmaster, there needs to be an option to turn that off. Turn that off entirely on the screen, because it is just constantly spamming the screen. Hunty Zombies as a game is already a pretty, it's a cluster mess. There's too many things that happens on your screen, and developers kind of refuse to make low effects for these weapons and such. And I get it. It probably would take too long to do, longer time to develop to go back and fix up all the effects that happens on the screen, but just not heavy intended on the game, or it's just all over the place on your screen. But still, you know what I mean. All right, hold on, we gotta get these wheels. So You gotta get these wheels. I don't know if you gotta bring it back or you gotta constantly. I don't know how this works. By the way, the bus is gonna get destroyed and nobody's getting the wheel. Okay, not Will. Nobody decided to get the HP bonuses on the ground. Okay, I mean we failed. That's okay. So I mean that's my first time ever getting a mission failed. The first time we did it, we actually succeeded, and you'll get a lot if you could reach the end. But when nobody's like, bro, I think there was like only 1 or 2 people that was trying to get the wheel. That means everybody else should have been trying to get the buffs, like the hills on the ground or whatever. Man, we are garbage, bro. We are doing the hell difficulty, so this is like the new hardest difficulty in the game. And a lot of people in my stream have been saying that it's like actually really hard and you get one tapped, and it actually is hard because I actually did manage to get one tapped by the boss. As you see, like holy snap, as you see my HP just kind of like depleted right there. So it is hard, bro, and that's something you gotta be very careful with. And I cannot wait to see how like players will kind of like come up with tech, or like, you know, just in general, just to see how to like encounter like the new difficulty mode. Okay. And the game just bugged out. Check my connection. Okay, bro, my connection ain't even, bro, I'm still connected, bro. What you mean check your connection, bro? Check your game, bro. Your game is bugged like crazy. The world? Is this the art for the game? Okay. And also, yeah, that's pretty much the update, man. The update, I would say, is pretty solid. Is it the best update so far that we had in Hunty Zombies? Not really, but at least we ended up getting a new game mode to the point where I could safely say it is pretty solid. The one of the few things that I did recently like actually is the fact that they kind of actually felt like it kind of listened, that, you know, paying for premium, having like, you know, pets or whatever, cosmetics, like cosmetics pet behind premium, you know, I feel like they finally listened there, because I feel like that should be something that should be free for you to grind as a player. And something like, you know, like dancing emotes and VFX and such should be behind the premium section. So season 2 battle pass is actually pretty good if you ask me. The hammer, I don't necessarily really like the hammer moveset, even though I tried it on stream. I apologize if you hear my family in the back, right? They're sneezing loudly. By the way, right, I really don't necessarily like the hammer moveset. But that's just me though. And I also heard that Scythe got gutted. So Scythe got nerfed. So if we go here for the payload update, yeah, Scythe got gutted apparently. So I refuse to see how bad that nerf is for Scythe, because I loved Scythe as a weapon. I thought it's pretty cool. But if it's bad now, then dear lord, I don't want to see how bad it is, man. That'll break my heart, right? Other than that, I don't think there's really anything else that was like kind of new. There were new zombies, but I have yet to see the boombots or cosplay zombies. Maybe that's because there's just so much that happens on the screen. I don't think they spawned in normal campaign it seems, so it's probably like Payload. And because so much happens in Payload, I can't just have the time to like generally sit back and see what's happening, right? And see the new zombies myself. So hopefully in the Discord they screenshot what the new zombies look like. The skill tree, like I said, if I go to profile skill tree, I have yet to unlock anything here, right? Because like they cost and you need to complete payloads in order to get your points here. So yeah, and I guess I got 1 token, so I guess it takes a lot. So I guess I have to do payload 5 times to do this, I think. Hopefully that's not the case, but if it is, that means you would have to grind payload pretty heavy just for skill tree, just to unlock, you know, more skills or whatever for your character here, which is pretty interesting. And one last final thing, right, before I end off this video. If I go up to the payload shop here, it seems like the only thing here that you would be grinding for anyway for the payload stuff is emotes. So there's Russian Kid, Salute, Rock Paper Scissors, and, you know, the Russian Dance or whatever. So it's like Russian thing, then Rock Paper Scissors or whatever. And then you get pulls here as well, which is actually pretty huge if you're low on pulls and such. But at the same time, you can also just grind out raid and get, you know, more pulls from raids. I think raid gives you more pulls anyway in general. So there's that, and that's pretty much the entire update. Other than that, I'm not gonna be really grinding Hunty Zombies today anyway. I might get back on. It was all right for an update, pretty solid, you know. Like the mid ground for an update, so nothing too crazy, nothing like, oh, this is peak, this is peak, right? I would say it was just solid, right? It's pretty good that we finally get a new game mode of the sorts, and, you know, something refreshing for a while, that hopefully we could get, you know, a huger update, you know, once in a while, like a new game mode like this, you know, something refreshing once in a while to just like kind of push in, bring back those old players, you know, because right now the game didn't really necessarily have a reason for old players to really grind out the game. Either way, you know, solid update, right? I guess solid mean good if you want to, you know, take that as a whatever, right? Pretty solid update. I think that's it, man. I think that's it. Let me know down in the comments how you feel about this update. Do you think it could have been better? Do you think it's mid? Let me know down below in the comments. I'm in this video because I'm getting ready to play Where Winds Meet with a couple of homies. If you guys enjoyed this video, join Discord. I'll see you in the new one.